Hi guys, Dr. YouTube Tucker here. Check it out, demonized this world has become, guys. With kids sacrificing
Welcome to the Advice Show,
the devil.
media with a common sense approach. So we have a horrible story out of the Houston area where you have some teens that ended up killing a girl because they wanted to make sure they sacrificed her because they sold their soul to the devil. That really quick.
And we begin with a very disturbing story of a teenager murdered. The suspects in the crime are teens themselves. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Don T.
And I'm Melinda Spalding. It's one of the most shocking and disturbing murder cases in recent memory for the Houston area. Police say a 15-year-old girl was brutally raped and murdered by two teenage boys who wanted to sell their souls to Satan. Fox 26's Randy Wallace joins us live right now from the League City Alternative School.
You wanted to make it famous, they got that, huh?
Randy.
Melinda, even a veteran reporter like me is finding this horrific case difficult to fathom. One Clear Path Alternative High School student, a 15-year-old girl, is dead. Two other students from this school are accused of, in her murder, they're accused of attacking her so brutally, we can't share all the details with you. The alleged motive will make your jaw drop. Prosecutors say 15-year-old Corian Cervantes voluntarily went to this vacant Clear Lake apartment with two classmates, 17-year-old Jose Reyes and a 16-year-old friend.
What Mr. Reyes says is he had sold his soul to the devil. The juvenile inquired because he knew that he had, that if he committed a murder, would that basically initiate him into being able to sell his soul to the devil, of which Mr. Reyes said yes.
What happened to Cervantes last Wednesday in that vacant apartment, law officers say, is unthinkable.
During the course of this event, the victim, this teenager, screamed, "Why are you doing this to me?" and attempted to run from the apartment.
But it was too late to run, prosecutors say. The girl's final moments were too horrendous and shocking to give all the details on TV.
She had been brutalized and murdered. She had suffered trauma to her head.
After being beaten with a toilet lid and an ashtray, prosecutors say Cervantes was sexually attacked with various objects.
There was an upside-down crucifix that was carved in her stomach.
The exact cause of death is unknown. Medical examiners are trying to determine that, along with which injuries are pre-mortem and which are post-mortem. It was Reyes' own family members, law officers say, that led them to him.
They discussed the fact that Mr. Reyes had sold his soul to the devil, and if they ended up killing this teenager, this would allow the 16-year-old to also sell his soul to the devil.
Since Reyes is 17, a capital murder conviction would not land him on death row. A life sentence would mean he would be eligible for parole in 30 years. It's not known if prosecutors plan to seek adult certification for the 16-year-old. Police say they don't know why the girl was targeted for this. Police also say they know of no satanic cult happening at this school. And at this point, they say they don't know if Reyes was actually in a satanic cult or if it only existed in his head. Reporting live from League City, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
Now, as a parent, and I hear this kind of story, I don't trust other people's kids at all. I have no trust for a lot of these kids. And I listen to what my children say about their friends. I remember my oldest daughter was talking about one of her friends said they was going to get a Ouija board. I said, you better not be hanging around that girl that getting into that mess. I said, that girl get possessed to the devil or something, opening the gateway of her soul to a devil, think she playing a game or something. She said, no, I don't hang around her like that. I say, okay, but I don't want you around that stuff. They got some kids around here that they think they know what they're doing, playing with the devil and everything. And then they really get a hold of that devil in their life. And they don't know what happens to they behind after that. Now, this is why I say keep a tab on your kids at all times. Because if that girl would have been in her house and not going to some vacant apartment with these two boys, this stuff would not have happened. Ain't no way that I'm gonna let my daughters go anywhere with some boy and just roaming around like she grown to do what she want to do. These boys these days are perverts more than ever because of the internet and all the lustful influence we have now. They're more violent. They have no respect for authority because their parents can't bust their behind no more because they'll have fear of going to jail. I mean, it's just all kind of things that lead up to how these kids are just so wild and out of control now. I mean, it's sad to this girl to die like this. I mean, to the point the news say it was so brutal they can't say everything that these two impulses did. I mean, we got people out here running around that don't play with a full deck of cards. They don't. And they among us every day, unfortunately. And we need to make sure we be very watchful as parents. Be very vigilant. Know where your kids are at all times. Know what's going on in the Facebook pages and the Twitter pages and Instagram and anything else they got. I mean, make sure you know who your kids' friends are. Because, you know, knowing who your kids' friends are sometimes can circumvent some of the things that's going on. If you see your kids being strange for some reason, find out who they're hanging around and who they're talking to. I mean, as parents, we got to keep our eyes open. But they got some demons running around in the form of people. And they're looking to take our kids out. Anyway, hit me up in the comments, few commentaries, subscribe.
Frustrated with digestive issues that keep coming back? Try Digestive Advantage, a unique natural probiotic that survives 100 times better than the leading probiotics, so it can get where you need it.